I have a book in me. This is my friend, my brother.
Thank you, Kelly and Oliver.
I'm a multi-award winning best-selling author.
If you want to start a new business, I suggest you write the book on it.
God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning and I wrote a book.
Some of you got books already. Some of you got novels already.
The lead generator is the book.
You write a book, you leave a legacy to your children.
And I hope you guys listen to these guys so they know what they're talking about.
What's up, everybody? I'm the publisher, Mr. Kelly Cole.
And I'm Dr. Oliver T. Reid, the relationship architect.
What happened to the book coach?
Writing coach, too.
Welcome to Books-N-Brothas podcast. As you can see, he's up to his normal shenanigans this morning. So, funny story. We actually recorded this last night, and I made a mistake and deleted the recording. So we're up early this morning.
This guy.
Not again, but we're going to make it happen. Maybe it'll be better the second time.
Yeah, man, we got it. We're going to do what we got to do to get it done.
That's it, bro. Feeling good today, bro. Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Hey, man. Happy birthday to the king over here.
Appreciate it,
Happy
big
birthday, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Wish I was having one of my big birthday shindigs, but just going nothing too heavy tonight.
Let me tell you, this dude throws the ultimate birthday bashes from the, 90s party till, I think the 40th was what? Man, we were dressed suited and booted.
Suited and booted. Yeah, last year was suited and booted, man, my 90s party. So my next big one going to be 45. I don't know what I'm going to be, but Denzel Washington going to host it or something crazy. You know I'm going to do something.
Yes.
I'm going to do something.
I'm sure.
But yeah, bro. So yeah, let's go ahead and knock this out, bro, so I can go ahead and get my birthday breakfast on and get my day started. But man, so you came up with the topic for this week, and I'm gonna let you jump into it, and we'll just kind of piggyback back and forth like we do, bro. But let's jump into it.
All right, the topic for this week is, y'all ready? Drum roll, here we go. Why every business owner needs a book in 2020, or why every entrepreneur needs a book in 2020.
Yes.
So, man, we can jump right in. You want me to kick this off and put one of my...
So, yeah, give them the first one. So why should every entrepreneur or business owner have a book in 2020?
Yeah, because it's a new decade. I'm like, man, it's been 10 years. You got information. You know, you have a time to really just kick it off and just really pour into people. Talk about your 10-day journey, for example. 10-year journey.
Yeah.
If you had an idea, for example, in first 5 years and implemented it the next 5 years, and that brought forth 10 years, a decade, you can play off of that. And so you can do it for your 10 years in business. If you're like us, we've been in business for at least a decade. So we can definitely talk about that as a business owner, so you can write a book about that.
Yeah, okay, great idea. So exactly, like you said, just going through your, telling the story of your last 10 years or the last 10 years in your business or your journey is a great reason why you should go ahead and write the book, because you already have the content, like you said. All right, so let me think. So what I would say why every entrepreneur or business owner should have a book, I'll just share this story. So I come home, I get off the road. It was last Sunday, and on my porch is a vanilla envelope. Now, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when you come onto your porch and there's a vanilla envelope and it's got that Amazon logo on it. I don't know if you're like me, but I get all excited. My inside start jumping like Christmas. Right, so I open it up and it's a book and a specialized note from my coach, man. So I was like, man, that's so powerful. So think about this as a business owner or entrepreneur. Just think about mailing your book, a copy of your book, to potential clients or your current clients. Think about how much of a relationship is going to build with them and how much of credibility and all of that you're going to get from doing that. So every entrepreneur or business owners should have a book so they can mail a book instead of a postcard, mail a book instead of a brochure. So that's one of the reasons I say they should have a book.
Well, that's dope, man. That's great. The second point that I feel like that's key, that every entrepreneur should have a book, is because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. Right now, you got a whole plethora of stuff going on. Even if you're not a person like me, I don't hardly watch the news. Yeah. It kind of comes to me, but we live in a generation now where everything is on the news. So if you can kind of get into that funnel or get into that system where there's problems or difficulties or challenges, you can solve it. For example, I do a lot of writing coaching and talks to people who are in the given field. I myself, by nature, in the given field, working with people. I work with homeless organizations, nonprofits. So I work with a lot of therapists. And so they are constantly giving. They are the people that people go to in the midst of crisis, and they have to be prepared. So I was thinking, man, there's so much going on in the world, so much sadness and different things. If they, for example, if you're a therapist, you could actually write a book on self-care, write a book on something that's going on, tie yourself to an event that pushes you back to your book. And so this is why at that time, everybody's watching anyway. You shared a lot of times with marketing tips to do that. So you can kind of get into the system where everybody's watching anyway, where the traffic is, and be a solution to a problem.
Dope. Yep. Like you said, a lot of our events, I shared this technique where you pay attention to what's going on currently, and you pay attention to keywords and what people are searching for on Google and stuff like that. So like you said, if you're a therapist or if you're a counselor, or a psychiatrist, one of the hot keywords is mental health. So if you wrote a mental health book and put the actual keyword mental health into your title, I guarantee you'll get a lot of hits from that. All right. And one of the ways, here's a tip. Here's a book writing tip of the week. A great way to come up with titles. Go into like Google and put in a keyword. All right, put in mental health. And what it's going to do is going to give you suggestions of things that people are searching for in relation to mental health. All right, that's a great way to title your book. Also, you could do it for YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in mental health. It's going to give you some examples of what people are typing in. And that's a great way to figure out a title for your book. Last one, and very powerful one, go to different, like say if you want to go on TV shows like Steve Harvey when he had his show, Ellen. I'm not hip, like I don't watch a lot of TV like you said, but say if you want to be on a TV show. A lot of times if you go to their site and you click on be on the show, they have different topics, okay?
Yes.
If you want to guarantee yourself a slot on the show or a better chance and be perceived as the expert, just pick one of the topics that they're looking for people to be on their show and write a book about it. Okay.
Wow.
Now, once again, you don't have to be the expert. You can interview an expert in that field. Write the book, you become the expert, pitch it to them, tell them, hey, you're looking for guests around this topic. I actually wrote a book on this topic. So that's the book tip of the week.
Awesome, man. You dropping fire, man. You dropping fire on your birthday.
Hey, you got to do it. Got to do it. Okay. So, my next reason why every entrepreneur, business owner should have a book is the book is the new business card. Okay.
Wow.
Business cards, brochures, 4x6 glossies, people throw away, but a book they will never throw away. I don't care how many times they move. I don't care how many times they change offices. They're going to pack all of those books up and they're going to move them to their next destination. Even if they don't make it to the actual house or wherever they're moving to, they will donate those books before they throw them away. And every time somebody looks at that book, they're going to think about you. They're going to think about your company. They're going to think about your business. So the reason I say every entrepreneur or business owner should have a book is the new business card.
All right, ding, 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 ding. I'm gonna have to get a bell. You know, because when these jewels drop, man, we got
yeah.
The new business card. All right, I love it. I got another one. Another thing is because there's so many 2020. Unlike when I started, I think I wrote my first book around 2009.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 10 or more years ago.
Yeah.
Now in 2020, brother, there's so much free or so many resources, even if it's paid for, out here to do a book. It's almost like stealing candy from a candy store from a kid, really, because it's kind of like you got so much help. So 2020, why I'm saying everybody that's a business owner, we already talked about another podcast, you leaving money on the table if you don't, number one.
Yeah.
But two, you got to look at the fact that you got so much help, so much acceleration, so many apps, so much social media, web traffic, different sites that helps you just navigate your book through the system. So it would kind of be, I would just say straightforward. It would kind of be ignorant, a lack of knowledge for you not to put together a book because there's so many resources out there available in 2020.
And because of how easy it is what you're saying.
Yes.
How easy it is to write a book because of so much content out there. Yeah, you can get it done. We talk about it all the time. Like there's no excuse for you not to have a book. And if you're a speaker, entrepreneur, business owner, you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table by not having a book. So I agree. Last one for me is why every entrepreneur, business owner should have a book. Having a book, whether you know it or not, will separate you from the pack. It will separate you from all of the people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. Okay. Now you may be thinking, what kind of book can I write? You can create a quote book. So a book full of your quotes, a book full of famous people quotes. Quotes are public domain. You just got to give the person credit, whoever quote it is. All right. You can write a 10 tips book. You can write a 10 ways book on your expertise. You can create a journal. You can create a devotional. There's so many different types of books that you can create and you can get it done. So there's no excuse, like my brother said. There's so many ways to get it done, and there's so much content out here, and you're creating content every day. The first book publishing client that I actually had got, it was a guy on Facebook, and he would put out these like poetry notes and these little love notes, and all I did was tell him, hey man, all of this stuff, all we need to do is take this stuff off of Facebook and turn it into a book. And he actually created his first book, and that was actually my first book publishing client right there.
Wow. And you're already doing it anyway. I like that point, man. One of the things that you teach and practice is that use what you're already doing.
Yeah.
And that's a book tip. If you're already doing something, go ahead and do it because you're already doing it, and then capturing that. Because some people are looking for content, but like you said, we create content every day.
Yeah. And like you said, one of your quotes is, you don't have to be finished to be finished. Is that correct? Or you don't have to be done to be done?
No, you got it, man. You don't have to finish to be finished. So whatever you have that day, what's in your hand, like we said, man, even coming back on this replay, doing it again, we got to use what we have, this opportunity. Yeah. We could say, hey, let's wait till another time, but we use what we have to do what we got to do. No,
we're committed, man. We're gonna get this thing out every single week. We're not gonna skip a week. But yeah, man. So you got another one for the people?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, it's kind of piggyback off of what I said earlier, but people are looking at 2020. I know when I go, man, you see me now, I don't have my glasses on, but I do have my glasses nearby because I have this thing, if it's close to me, I can rock with it. I can see it, I'm good. But if you move a couple feet, it gets blurry to me. I have what they call being farsighted or whatever. So from that standpoint, anything that's distant, I have a hard time seeing it. I need my glasses. Well, we look at 2020 as a year of vision. You hear it everywhere. Year of vision. I've been invited to a lot of conferences, and as a speaker, I'm going to be talking about vision. Everybody's talking about vision. But when you go to the doctor, right, optometrists, they don't test your sight. They look at your vision. See what you can see when something's obstructing you, or how far can you see. And then they said that's 2020. Well, 2020 is a year of vision, so people need guidance. My next point is that people need guidance. You said it earlier, being an expert when you write it. And I said one time on a podcast here that once you document that knowledge, you become the expert. Not just you knowing it, but now that you document it. So documenting that knowledge, people are looking at the beginning of the year. Because some people already failed their New Year's resolution, say 14 days, they want to lose 40 pounds, or they want to have a house in 40 days. You can write that book that gets them guidance to the business. And also, I would say, cut their time in half, or cut their time in thirds, depending on your knowledge. But at the end of the day, you can be a guider in the seat.
For sure. Yep, definitely, bro. All right, great topic, bro. Thank you for coming up with that topic.
No problem, man.
That's all I got for him, man. And all I say is, man, like you are leaving so much money on the table by not having a book and just to use it as a business card. So the book, I always tell people, the book is the key that will unlock the doors to everything you have ever wanted. Like, look
Yes.
at it as a key. All right. And then go from there. But you have no excuses. There's so many ways you can get the book done. So, all right. So let's jump into, we already gave them the tip of the week. I gave them that. Questions from our listeners. You had a question that you had yesterday from one of the listeners. You remember the question, or you still have it in front of you?
Yeah. I think one of the questions they wanted to ask us, for example, what do you do? How do you utilize your book when you're at a networking event?
Gotcha.
How to better utilize your book when you're at a networking event?
Yeah. So how I use my book at a networking event, I definitely go in with an agenda. I go in to connect with people who I can do joint venture partnerships with. So people who fit my target market and have a group of people that they can market to. And those are the people I seek out in the actual networking event, and I spark up conversations. And when we get to that moment where it's time to exchange information, when they hand me a business card, I reach in my my briefcase and I hand them a book and I say, hey, this is my business card. And believe it or not, doing that, I have gotten a lot of clients by doing that as well, because it catches them off guard. Nobody else in the actual networking event is actually handing out books as their business card. So that's how I use it. How would you use it, bro?
Yeah, I would say the same thing, man. Great point. I've used it to just be, call attention to it. Like I'll give an example. A lot of times the networking events, like I've worked as a CEO of a nonprofit. We used to do a lot of chamber stuff, and I did my own stuff in the business.
Yeah.
They would tell you to they would have a designated area or a designated table to put your stuff. And so what I would do, and I would say, make your book visible. You have another point you'll say after this. But one of the biggest things that I would do is just, instead of leaving my card on the table, I'll leave my book on the table.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, great idea.
Yeah, so people are coming through and checking out, like, who wrote this book? And none of my books, maybe one, none of my books have my picture on the front. Most of the time, my bio is on the back of all my books. And so they're looking to figure out who, and then they turn it over. It's me, and I'm in the room.
Dope. Yeah, that's a great idea. I was telling you, I shared this story before of how having my book, I got pulled over by a cop, and I was on 77 where 81 and 77 merge. And it was a solid white line, which you're not supposed to switch lanes, but a car in front of me stopped abruptly. So I switched lanes, and the cop pulls me over for switching lanes in a legal spot. And we're talking, and he sees my book out on the actual passenger seat. And, he began to ask me, hey, what do you do? And I was like, hey, I just got finished speaking at Elevation Church. Yes, I'm an author and I'm a speaker and blah, 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 blah. And he was like, cool. He was so intrigued. He asked me what my book was about. And he actually gave me a warning, and I gave him a book. So,
wow.
But if that joker would have gave me a ticket, I wouldn't give him no book.
You would give him no book. So, ding, 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 another tip. A book can get you out of a ticket.
Yeah, it got me out. So he definitely looked at me different, and he gave me a warning, especially when I explained to him what was going down. So, like I said, I don't per se at networking events keep my book out, but that's a great idea, bro. I never thought about if they have a table, putting a couple of copies on the actual table for people to pick up. Same thing is going to separate you from the pack. There's going to be, little stacks of business card, and then bam, there's going to be a book. It's going to automatically, the person's attention, whoever is looking at the table, automatically is going to be drawn to the book. So think about that. Yep. All right. I had a question from one of the listeners. He says, how does he pitch his book to a traditional publisher? Now, a traditional publisher is someone that, puts your book in bookstores. It's basically, for me, the best way to describe it is just like signing a record deal. So they may pay you an advance up front, and that advance is depending on your name, how much branding how big you are, and all of that stuff. But you're not going to get a royalty on the back end until you pay that advance back. And what I've learned is you have to do a lot of the work. So you have to do the marketing, you have to do the hustling, you got to get your book out there. So people, a lot of people, get excited by the vanity of having your book in the stores. But what good is that if you're not making any money, you're not changing any lives, if it's not doing what you want it to do, and you don't own your content, you don't own the rights to your content, and you don't get any royalty. So when you publish with a company like us, we are a done-for-you self-publishing company. You keep all of your rights and royalties, but you pay us to do your editing, your formatting, give you your ISBN number, design your book cover, and you keep all of your rights and royalties, and you collect them from day one. So that's what I would say.
Yeah, I'll pick it back on that too, man. It's one of the things that I would say, research your why.
Yeah.
Research your why. Make sure you understand why you want to go that route. I'm like, there's many ways to get to your success, but you want to understand why. Like, why would I want to go to a traditional company versus publishing with us or another company that does vanity? And so make sure you understand all the fine prints. Everything you're doing coming to the table. You said something the other day that was powerful, and that you said that it will be about their agent, choosing the right agent as well, right?
Yeah. So how to do it? Yeah. So most of the time, traditional publishers, they don't talk directly or deal directly with authors. You need to find a literary agent. So the reason why you want an agent, they already have relationships with the traditional publishers. So look for an agent. All you got to do is Google it, literary agent, and see. You're going to have to do some work to get their attention. You're going to have to do some work to even get a meeting. You're going to have to do some work to get your book in front of them. But if that's the route you want to go, just hit Google and look for literary agents, and that's what's going to get you in contact with a traditional publisher. Yep.
Awesome. Great.
Yep, good stuff. So bro, let's get into the announcements. What's our announcement? We got something big coming up next month in ATL.
Something big. We have the Book It Masterclass hitting the ATL, coming to you live again. Back in the ATL, we've been before, but this time going to be greater. February 22nd, right?
Yep, February 22nd, we're in the ATL. Stay tuned for the venue. Stay tuned for the link for you can register. Real quickly, I'm not saying this is not scarcity. We only limit our master classes, our workshops, to 25 people. So there will only be 25 seats. This is not to scare you. This is not, some marketing. There is 25 seats. So when we release the link for you to go ahead and register, I suggest you register. Our last one sold out, we did in ATL, and they've been asking us to come back, so we're coming back. So ATL, save the date, February 22nd. We will be in the ATL doing our Book It Masterclass. We got so much information we want to give you. We're going to show you how everyday people are using a book to add 6 figures to their bank account.
Yes.
My brother's going to talk about, we get a lot of questions on how to get over writer's block. He's going to do some writing exercises, helping you get started on your book. He's going to tell you what to start, how to not cut off your story, how to expand the story. We're going to teach you from start to finish about publishing, writing, and marketing a book. So you want to be in the building. February 22nd, Atlanta, Georgia, Book It Masterclass is coming. All right, bro. So you got another announcement for them. Why don't you go ahead and give the people your big announcement, an exclusive. Nobody knows about this, but give them.
Nobody know about this, bro. This is hot off the press. One of those things that we always say, we Books-N-Brothas, right? Books-N-Brothas can't be Books-N-Brothas without the books.
Right.
So I've got a new book that I'm working on, bro. That's really showing people 6 ways how to examine their relationship, focus on their relationship from the inside out. So basically, I'm coming out with that book, man, and it's going to be dropping in February. So I'm excited about that, and it's using some of the stuff that we actually implement.
Dope.
So I'm ready to go.
So y'all stay tuned for that. We're gonna be giving you more information. And he shared this last night. How much is the book gonna be, bro?
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and give him something deeper than I'll give you on the first cut. It's gonna be free.
It's gonna be, bro. Why would you give the book away for free? Why would you give it away for free?
Because it's a new business card.
That's it, bro.
It's a lead generator from my brother.
So listen,
I'm complying.
We practice what we preach. He's creating a book. He's giving it away for free just to introduce you to him and to his business and to his coaching. It is the new business card. So be on the lookout for the link to get your free copy of Dr. Reid's new book. All right. Now, If you need help getting started with writing your book, I got the perfect thing for you. It's called the Ultimate Book Writing Kit. And what it is 7 templates. No matter what type of book that you want to write, it has 7 templates that will help you get started. It even has a prayer journal template. It has what do you call it? What's the word?
Emotional.
Not a prayer journal.
Quote.
It don't have a quote template. It has a planner template. It has a template that'll help you share your story. It has 7 different templates. So go check it out. publishingadvantagegroup.com/book writing kit. And I'm going to try to, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to try to put the link below the video. All right. And no matter where you're watching this, it is publishingadvantagegroup.com/book writing kit. All right. Now, also, if you want to book us for an event, we do speaking as well. Like you said, we can bring our booking masterclass anywhere. One-on-one coaching. Doc does writing coaching. I do marketing coaching, and how to get out of your way. If you want us to publish your book, just shoot us an email, Books-N-Brothas@gmail.com. Just like the show looks, that's our Gmail. So shoot us an email. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, and everywhere pretty much you can listen to podcasts. We promise you we're going to be here every week. And like I said, we did this last night. It messed up. We got up this morning, and we did it again. We are committed to releasing an episode every week, and we don't care where we are in the world. What we have to do, we're going to get it done. All right, brother, any last remarks you want to give the people?
No, man. I just want to say, man, get it done. We have to definitely do what we have to do, as long as we have to do it, so that we can do it.
Yes, sir. And then on that note, you don't have to get it right. You just got to get it going. Thank you guys for checking in and checking out the podcast. Stay with us. Books-N-Brothas, we out.
Books and my brothers.
Books-N-Brothas. We need to get us some suits. Books-N-Brothas suits. With a patch on it.
Yeah, Brady patch.
Peace, brother. Have a good day, man.
I have a book in me.
This is my friend, my brother.
Thank you, Kelly and Oliver.
I'm a multi-award-winning best-selling author.
If you want to start a new business, I suggest you write the book on it.
God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning and I wrote a book.
Some of you got books already. Some of you got novels already.
The lead generator is the book.
You write a book, you leave a legacy to your children.
And I hope you guys listen to these guys so they know what they're talking about.